Hello. Hi, Linda.
Good afternoon. Lots of snowy weather out there, it looks like.
It looks like it. I've
Yeah.
seen some definite snow. Now, here where I am, it's 65 degrees.
It's warm here. I don't know what the temperature is, but snow's coming. Snow's
That's right. Yep.
coming.
65 here today, but they say snow's coming tomorrow. We'll see. It usually
Mhm.
hits you before it hits us. You're in
Yep.
Illinois, I'm in Ohio. So yeah, it's definitely the time of year where it's time to start thinking about the S word. I don't know how you feel about that. I personally, I like snow. I like it. If it's going to be cold and dark and brown, just snow already. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm excited for this design. And I know my kids agree. All of them love a good snow day.
Mhm.
So can't beat that. So, welcome in, everyone. It's good to see you all here hanging out with us today. If you have never been on a live with us before, or you're still kind of just figuring this all out, give us a number one, drop a number one in the comments because we want to say hello to you. Thank you for hopping in. And I think you're probably going to learn something today if you're dropping a number one. So go ahead and do that. And then if you consider yourself a hoop sister, you know what's going on. You know what you're in for today with our workshop. I already see it. A number two. Give me a number two in the comments. So good mix. I see some ones and some twos. What about you?
I see I don't see any threes.
No threes. Haven't told them a three. So we're glad you're here, whether you're a number one or number two. If you're a number one, I guarantee you're going to learn something today. If you're a number two, a little bit of a refresher is always good. And I know you're here to see this new design that Linda has in store for you today. So welcome, welcome. And then somebody put a forever instead of a number. So we appreciate that. We're glad you're hanging around with us forever. It's been 16 years, Linda.
Oh my gosh. Do you believe that?
No.
You and I were so much younger back
I
then, but I think
know.
Annie was about the same age.
Yeah, she's been about that age for a while. I feel like I'm still 29.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, let's get into it, shall we? All righty. So, first and foremost, if you're new around here, welcome to the family. We are related around here, most of us, but our team keeps growing and we're adopting more members in. But Linda, who is on camera with me today, is OG Hoop Sister, co-founder with her sister Annie. And they've been doing this since 2008, which is pretty cool. It doesn't sound that long ago until you're like, oh, well, it's about to be 2025. So wait a minute. I guess it has been a while. And then my sister also works here. Linda's our aunt, Annie's our mom. So we all got a whole bunch of stuff going on over here, but most of them, all three of them are digitizers and designers. So they typically come on in rotation depending on who's got the design. And then I'm always here. I'm kind of your live host, right? So
Actually, no, you're the boss. You and Sarah are the boss.
I don't think so, but we try to boss everybody around. Not always successful, but ultimately the sisters are the bosses. So but we appreciate them. All right. So the other thing that we want you to know if you're in number one is what are you getting yourself into, right? So a lot of times if people are new, they're like, well, how much does it cost to register and things like that? So the event is totally free. It's a free virtual event where we're going to introduce you to a new design. Linda's actually going to show you how to make it, which is fantastic. She's going to show you how to stitch it. We're going to be trimming, pinning, joining throughout the course of today and tomorrow. And then, of course, we also love to give you a limited time pricing special. So if you decide, okay, I think I actually want to give this a whirl, it's the best time to do it. So I saw somebody put total newbie. Awesome. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here for sure. So the other thing that happens is not only does it not cost anything to register, we also give you a registration gift. So when you register on our website in advance of the event, you get a freebie. Linda, tell them all about this freebie because it's super.
So they actually get this little freebie, which is a snowflake coaster with a beautiful snowflake design on it very simple to stitch and it's quick to do in your hoop. Depending on your hoop size, you could probably do multiples in a hoop. But there's also 5, this one plus 4 additional different snowflakes that you can use to decorate anything. Aren't they pretty?
They are so pretty.
Love them.
I love them.
They look great on red. They look great on blue, all kinds of colors.
I really did like it on that red, especially next to the blue in the design. It pops.
Yep.
So yeah, so Linda gave you that for free. So you could get started playing with it, check out the designs, all that stuff. Oh my gosh, how cool. It looks like Daria over on YouTube said she's made 20 coasters so far. So
wonderful. That's a great holiday gift.
Yes. And then Joni's a definite number 2, maybe a 2.5 or 3. And she says they're super easy to stitch out, which is also a wonderful, wonderful benefit of everything Hoop Sisters. Okay. The other thing we want you to know is you can order through us directly. However, if you do have a quilt shop listed on screen here that is near you, they have everything to do this. So they have the battleizer. They actually have the free gift and they have the bonus that we're going to show you as well. And they have the design. So you can just visit any of these shops if they're in your area. We have Calico Cats in Lake Jackson, Texas, Creek Bank Sewing Center up in Mount Forest, Ontario, Canada. Also in Ontario, Canada, we have Heirloom Treasures Creative Sewing Studio, which is fantastic, by the way. If you guys are in Canada watching this now, look them up because shipping is not cheap. So get it from them. And then Quilter's Yard in Junction City, Kansas, So-and-so, and somewhere in Wisconsin that I'm not going to try to say, but if you're familiar with the area, then go over there. Who else is on there, Linda?
Sewing Concepts in Woodstock, Illinois. That's my store.
Yep. So Linda has like 4 jobs, maybe 5. So she also has a 2 local quilt shops. So if you are in the Woodstock or Carpentersville area, check out Sewing Concepts. There's also Sewing Studio in Hudson, Illinois, Super Stitch in Northeast Pennsylvania. And I saw someone in the comments earlier said they already nabbed it from Super Stitch. So that's great. Good. And then, and by the way, Northeast is the town name, not just like vaguely in Northeast Pennsylvania. That's the town name. And then over there. And then the Presser Foot in Longmont, Colorado. So you guys can shop those shops and get the designs. And if you are not anywhere near any of those shops, stay tuned because we have a really nice deal for you and you can shop direct. So, but just know if you're near them, please shop with them and support them. What are we going to do today, Linda? I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the tools of the trade. We'll talk about battleizer, water-soluble thread, and why you need them and where you should use them. We're going to stitch a block out in the hoop of my embroidery machine. And then we're going to do some trimming, pinning, joining. We're actually going to do that tomorrow. And then we'll demonstrate how to finish out the back. So that's our 2-day agenda.
Yes, perfect. So if you want to know about any of that, stick around and you will learn a lot. Okay, the other thing I want to point out is we have an amazing customer service guru. She is our event concierge, our customer service manager, and she is here to help you. She's in the comments under the word Hoop Sisters or she's also, it says Nina Gladden with Hoop Sisters or from Hoop Sisters. Now I can't remember which one it is, but she is an official Hoop Sister and you can always call her or email her and she can assist you. I did see a couple questions about downloads, free gifts. So if it's something that is unique to you and your download or your order, reach out to her after the live. It's the easiest way. We're actually streaming 2 places right now. So she's in the comments in lots of different places. So if you reach out to her, we will definitely get you taken care of. Okay. Diane, I'm glad you found us. All right. So what do you guys think? Should we show them what we're actually going to be making today?
I think we should show them. After all, they all showed up. We should entertain them now.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Jane says it's 83 in Florida. Ugh.
Oh,
all right. Well, before I show this reveal, I also want to mention that we also like to do giveaways, don't we? Okay, so our giveaway keyword for today is the word snow, obviously. So actually, I'm kind of hoping we do get some snow tomorrow. So let's just type snow all up in the comments. And this is going to enter you into a giveaway that we're going to do live at the end of our live session today. And you have a chance to win $50 in Hoop Sisters store credit, which is phenomenal. So we will leave that up for a little bit as we get going in here. And I see you guys are all over it. So good job. Okay. Well, here it is.
Yay.
Yay. Linda, I'm going to let you talk about this because it's your baby and your design.
Okay, so this is our little snow day 3-block wall hanging. We call them 3-block because the very center of it is 3 main blocks and it's surrounded by a border. And we've done 3-block wall hangings for a few years now, and they're typically 7-inch hoop size. This particular one will work in a 6-inch hoop size. So if you, a lot of the brother machines have like a 6x10, so you'll be able to do this design. So
yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so that's a little bit different than what we normally do. So the main 3 blocks in the middle, you'll see in the background, you'll see an old-fashioned sled and then a pair of ice skates hanging from the sled. And the border, Aubrey will show you a little bit of a close-up of it later, but it's got beautiful snowflakes in the border and the word winter across the bottom. So maybe we should show them some details.
Let's do it because I've got a close-up cam over here. I'm going to I'm going to get this out of the way. So Linda sends me quilts. I have a really hard time returning them. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you on my close-up cam because pictures are great, but man, it's so amazing in person. And
border nice and close. That border. Yeah, so you can see there's background stitching on the border, which is kind of the same color as the fabric. And then on top of that is some white snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
And the snowflakes go around the corner and all down the sides and the top and the bottom.
Yep, it's so pretty. And why don't we tell them why that quilting on there is so special?
Because it's included in the cost of your design. So all your designs that you purchase from Hoop Sisters, if it's got quilting, if you see it quilted, it's going to come on your design. So you don't have to figure out how to quilt it later. We just make it all real easy for you. The background quilting where the sled is a simple stippling design. And then the sled and the ice skates are all appliqued.
Isn't that beautiful?
And
I love it.
And the word winter, let them get a close-up of that. That's got satin stitch letters, but it's also outlined in a run line. So it really defines the word winter. It looks really pretty.
And I love that you dotted the I with a snowflake.
Yeah, of course.
It's adorable. Adorable. And it's just a wonderful size. And honestly, I'm very excited for the 6-inch minimum because typically, like you said, it's a 7. So I feel like this is going to open it up to more people who maybe before you're like, I can't do the 3-block. Might be on the table now. Right. And that says metallic thread for the snowflakes. I can't talk. Would really show them off too. Oh yeah, you're going to have so much fun. Oh, Carol says it reminds her of childhood, which is so precious. I think it's because of that sled.
That sled. I remember having a sled like that when we were really little.
Yeah. Nina said that too.
Yeah. With the runners on them.
So great. Okay. Oh, Vanita. Hi, Vanita. How you doing? All right. Well, thank you, Vanita. That's awesome. Okay. Well, that is the design. And again, the 6-inch block size is amazing. It's all multi-formatted. So that just means it doesn't matter what brand machine you have. We've got the file format that you need. It's just precious. And it really does have that kind of throwback traditional winter, traditional Christmas feel to it, which I think is great. But the other thing, Linda, is, it does have that Christmassy feel, but it can live past Christmas, right? Yeah. So this is definitely a design that you could work on through winter and keep it up even longer in the season, which is really nice too.
Yeah, take it down right before Valentine's Day.
There you go. Perfect. right when you're ready for that snow to just be gone.
Right.
Just get it out of there. Okay. And the approximate finish size too, we always like to point out, is 14 inches by 26 inches. And you just need that minimum hoop size of 6 by 6. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Fabric kits.
I'm going to let you talk about this.
Okay, so we do have a beautiful fabric kit for you with the fabrics that we showed you in the sample. It's all Moda, either grunge or the Bella Solids. So they're $28. We have a limited supply, and I can show it a little bit if you want.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to make you, there
Okay.
you go.
So here is what the fabric kit will look like when you get it. And I'm not going to take the fabric out. I have some open here to show you. You're going to get this nice little piece of paper that's going to show you your different fabrics. So the first one is for your border and binding, and it says beautiful Moda Grunge. You see the beautiful color. I love grunge because it has all that shading.
Mhm.
The second one is for the background, and this is going to go behind the sled. And this is another Moda Grunge, and it's a really pretty gray color. Whoops, where's my camera? There we go.
That is really pretty. And again, it's got that variation, so it almost does look like snow.
And then this is the sled frame, and this is a Moda Bella Solid. It's just a beautiful cherry red color.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a little bit of black, and this is going to be part of the sled and the heels of the ice skates. And then this one is a Bella Solid, and this is going to be the wood, the wood that's on the sled.
So
The
pretty.
wooden part of the sled. And then this, another Moda Grunge, this is for ice skates. And it's perfect because it's white, because ice skates are white, but you know, grunge has that little bit of grunge look to it. So they're not perfectly clean ice skates, which they never are.
They're used.
And then there's for the ice skate blades, this is another Bella Solid. This is a nice pretty gray for the blades of your ice skates. So that's going to be your kit, and it's enough to make the quilt top plus the binding. So you got everything you need except the back.
Perfect. So that is available on the website. Now, we always like to warn you, these are limited stock, and once they sell out, they sell out. And we will have Nina drop the order link to the website. But I'm going to warn you, I do have, if you're new around here, I do have a create your own bundle and some different pricing things coming up. So stay tuned for that to get the best deal. If you're familiar with how all this works, it's pretty much the same as normal. So go ahead and get your shopping done if you'd like. And I think the price is to die for. It's a really great price. So, okay. Well, now that we've covered what the design is and what everything looks like, what are you going to be stitching for us today, Linda?
I'm going to stitch block B1. I'll kind of show you here. It's this first part of the 3-block wall hanging right here. So I'll be stitching out this block right here.
Perfect.
Ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right, let's take it over to her machine and she'll get stitching.
So before I get stitching, let me show you where we are in the design. This is the directions for block B2. And there, we can make this big. There we go. So for block B2, which is the one I'm going to stitch, and I've already stitched the first steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and steps 5. And basically what you need to do is hoop your battleizer in your hoop. We didn't really tell you what battleizer was, so for the newbies, I'll describe it. Battleizer is a batting and stabilizer combination that we hoop in the hoop of our embroidery machine. Then you're making your block right on top of the battleizer. So you hoop that up, and then we put water-soluble thread in the needle, and I will talk about that as I'm sewing. And we stitch what's called a placement stitch. So you'll have a nice square on your battleizer. And then if you're going to use the optional wool, and we have videos on using optional wool on our website, and you can place that next. If you're not going to use it, you can skip it. And the third step is to place your background fabric. So that is the gray fabric, actually. You'll place that down and stitch it down with water-soluble thread, and then you'll quilt it. Then step 5 is a placement stitch for that arch on your sled. So that's where I'm at right now on step 5. So here we are. You can see I've placed my fabric, I've done my quilting, and then I did my placement stitch for my next fabric. So this is going to be step 6, and I'm going to tack down my red fabric. So here is a picture of step 6. And so I'll lay my red fabric on top, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch that. And I do have water-soluble thread in right now for this step, and I will talk about why. And your only job is to keep your fabric nice and smooth. So you can see I'm not just going to let it go. I'm just going to make sure it stays nice and smooth. So now it's pretty well tacked down. So I can let it go. And anytime we do an applique, we do stitch around the applique 2 times so that when you're trimming it, should you accidentally clip the thread, it shouldn't come out. So we'll go around it twice. Okay, so you can hopefully see that I've stitched my red fabric down. So now it's time to trim it. And on the instructions, it does tell you where to trim it really close. And in this one, I'm going to trim it really close along this top curved edge. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm using a Hoop Scissors Mini, which are really nice, sharp, small scissors that you can get right around those curves. So I trim that edge nice and close. This edge here is going to go into a seam, so I'm not going to trim it as well as this one. I'm also going to trim the inside, but I'm not going to trim down here at the bottom or down here at the bottom. Can you see that okay, Aubrey? The lighting?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I did notice when you're sewing and talking, it muffles your voice a little bit, but
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
yeah. Linda is using a Janome.
Yes. So I'm going to trim nice and close on the inside here. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. Hopefully you can see that okay.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. There we go. So I've trimmed across the top and I've trimmed on the inside. I did leave this fabric here on the sides and the bottom, and this fabric here at the bottom and the sides. Now this will be caught into a seam, so you can see my water-soluble thread right here and also up the sides. So the reason we use water-soluble thread is so when I sew this to another block on all 3 sides, if that line of stitching should happen to show, I could just dab it with water and it'll go away. So that's the purpose of the water-soluble thread. So now the next step is to put my matching red thread in and applique those raw edges.
Yes, this design is a 6-inch by 6-inch size only.
Okay, so now we're just going to do some applique, and this will take a few minutes. Aubrey, bonus, can you talk about the bonus with the little pocket?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I'm actually going to pop this back up here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. We're going to do a little bit of talk about how to get the best deal, which I think is always beneficial, right? We always want to get the best deal. And there was definitely a time when we didn't put new things on sale ever. So this is fantastic. If you go to the link that Nina's going to drop on our website and you create your own bundle within our snow days category, you're going to save 10%. And we're going to drop in a bonus, which we haven't even shown you yet. And it's super duper cute. So you can just hang out here with us, learn over the next 2 days. But if you decide to jump in, now's the best time to do it. This will expire. This promotion will expire tomorrow, November 20th at midnight. But it's a great time to grab the design, the fabric, battleizer trimmer, different things that we call for right from our website and be able to take advantage of that promotion. There are a couple exclusions, and that would be the wool, the strip stick, and any threads on our website. Those are going to be excluded, but I will make sure and tell you what's all included as well. All right, Linda, you just holler when you want to take the camera back. Do you want me to go through another slide?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's get into this workshop pricing. So the design is $35, which is amazing value because, again, that quilting that you see is included. You don't have to purchase that separate. You don't have to get this baby long armed. What you see is what's going to be in there, and it's fantastic. So it's typically $35. If you get it during workshop, the design would be $31.50 if you're bundling it. The fabric kit is another great price at $28, but if you bundle it during workshop, it's only $25.20. And then we are going to drop that bonus in your account free when you create that bundle as well, which is that adorable little coffee koozie that you see on screen. I'm going to actually hold mine up too. So this is going to drop in your account free when you start adding these items to your cart. All of this is an automatic promotion, so no need for a coupon code or anything like that. But basically, it's going to save you $21 if you order during workshop, which is basically before tomorrow night at midnight, Wednesday, November 20th. I'm going to hold this up because it's super cute. Isn't that adorable? We said it at the same time. And then she's just got a little button over here. It's kind of like a hair tie. What is this thing?
That's a little hair tie.
Okay. Yep. And so it can be as loose or as tight as you want. Slide right on and off your whatever mug you're using. And how cute. Like it goes so nicely, coordinates nicely with the free gift. And of course the design too. So this is the bonus this time around. And again, it's a $15 value that will pop into your cart for free when you create a bundle at the link that Nina has dropped. Okay. You ready over there or keep going?
It's still sewing.
It's still sewing. Okay. I did see a couple questions. Oh, Linda, do you have any tips on using metallic thread? You did not use metallic thread, it doesn't look like, but do you have any tips on using metallic thread?
So metallic threads, some machines love them, some machines do not love them. If your machine, well, if you think about it, metallic threads, when they come off the spool, if your spool is facing upright, the thread will come straight off. If your spool is horizontal, the thread will twist as it comes off your spool. So you probably want to face it upright. You want to make sure that it doesn't fall off the spool and get caught under the spool, which would cause, because it's like sewing with thin wire, basically. So I would try those two things. And the other thing you could try, if it has a lot of breakage, they make a product called Sewer's Aid, which is a little bit of a lubricant for your thread that you can put on your, Wanda says that too, Sewer's Aid. That works really well. But I still would face it upright and have it come off. Or if you have a thread stand, you can put your thread stand on the table and have the thread come up and straight across. You just don't want it twisting as it comes off the spool because it is like thin wire, and if you twist that, it's just going to get more kinky. So that's my tips.
Okay, well that makes sense. And then I saw another question. Oh, and Joni said slow your machine down.
Yep.
So that's a good tip too. Do you know the size of the bonus? Or we can check, but I didn't know if you knew, if you remembered.
You could take it off and measure it
I could.
because you have it.
So it's this whole thing.
Yes, the whole thing.
Okay.
Or wait, is there a seam in the middle of it? I don't remember.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so then it's half of it.
It looks to me like there's a seam.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Let's see. Oh, so it looks like, oh, Nina's on it. She already dropped the file size.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm popping this up there. There you go. The bonus file size is 3.55 inches by 5.14 inches.
Perfect.
145. Okay.
All right. I am ready to switch threads.
All right. Do it.
Do it. Okay. So the next part that I'm going to sew is the wooden part of your block. And the placement stitch comes first. You're supposed to use water-soluble thread. I'm going to go ahead and keep my red on there just so you guys can see where it's going to go. But you definitely should use water-soluble thread. This block I won't use at all, so it's going to be fine. And this happens to be step 8, which is the placement stitch. So this little section right here will get my wood colored fabric. And then there's 3 little areas down here that will also get my wood colored fabric. That's my placement stitch. And now that that's done, I'm going to change to my water soluble thread now because I'm actually going to tack down my fabric. So let me switch my thread real quick. So the first piece of wood colored fabric that I need to put down is going to cover these 3, let me move this down, these 3 little sections right here. So I will place that fabric over these 3 sections, the lower half of my block. And with my water soluble thread, I'll tack this down. Sun's coming out.
Is it? I love the colors. I love the red, the teal, the wood color. It's great.
They're good winter colors. That'll
Yeah.
anybody's home, I think. Okay, so that's the top part. I am going to go ahead and trim that really quick. So I've got these 3 here. Now, just like when I did the red, the bottom part, this is where my seam is going to go for the next part of my block. So I don't want to trim this bottom part of these 3 little sections. I'm just going to trim the sides and around that curve at the top. And again, I'm using my little mini hoop scissors. There's a lot of little tight places to get into. I'm trying to do it so you can see. Hopefully that's working.
That's hard to do.
It is. Trying to keep my hand out of the way.
Trying to keep it on camera, hand out of the way. Good luck.
Right.
So
I don't think it's working right now, but I'll show you when I'm finished.
you're doing good.
You want to get really, really tight with these two, really close. Okay, so those are trimmed nice and close. Now the next step is going to tack down that same color, wood colored fabric up here. So I will lay that down right there, centering it over that red placement stitch, but yours won't be red, it'll be water soluble. And again, I still have water soluble in my needle. We'll go ahead and tack this down. And once that is tacked down, we're going to trim it. And I'm not, again, these are my seams. Over here on the sides, these are my seams. So I do not want to trim that brown, that tan colored fabric here. I only want to trim it at the very top and the very bottom. And then the next step is to put my matching tan thread in the needle and stitch the applique around those pieces.
So for the people who put number 1 in the beginning, I want you to notice something. So far, really what she's doing is threading the machine, placing the fabric, and you haven't really had to be that perfect. It's just make sure you leave the excess fabric in the seams.
Right. Just have to, yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you center all your fabrics, and that should work for you because we have you cut it big enough so that that will work. By the way, we tell you exactly how big to cut every piece. We don't let you guess. So this is going to do quite a bit of satin stitching, Aubrey.
Okay. Well, while she's satin stitching, I'm going to run through some things. We're going to have Nina drop that order link again, just in case you decide you're going to give this one a whirl. And again, just a quick reminder, if you have a local quilt shop carrying this, go shop with them. You can pick fabric with them. They're going to have lots of beautiful fabric options as well. If you're ordering from Hoop Sisters directly, just know our kits, they're not guaranteed to last. I don't know how long they're going to last. We keep getting more and more. So we'll see what happens. But if you want it, I would definitely get it because I don't want it to sell out on you. And these specials do expire Wednesday, November 20th at midnight. So if you're thinking about doing it, I highly encourage you to take advantage of the Create Your Own bundles so that you can save some money. Sarah, while you're wandering around, you look super busy. I can tease her because she's my sister. Can you get me that watermelon wall hanging so I can show a water-soluble thread thing?
Too busy to help.
Okay. Also, just a reminder that the bonus, if you do the Create Your Own bundle, which is add 2 items from the category at the link that Nina dropped, you will, she's going to throw it at me, rightfully so. you will get that bonus that will pop into your cart automatically at $0. So that's fantastic too. And it looks really nice with the registration gift that you guys got for free. Okay. And Joyce, that's a really great question. We're going to cover that more tomorrow when we talk about trimming. But we're going to remove the extra bulk from the seams with our trimmer by George. So stay tuned tomorrow and we'll get a really good answer to that question. Okay. Also want to point out our must-have tools. These are things that we're going to recommend in our instructions for this design. And I want to point it out because some of these we're not going to even talk about until tomorrow. So we've talked about our battleizer, which is that batting and stabilizer combination product all in one. So if you're using battleizer, it's our product designed for our designs, and you will not need to add stabilizer. So it's a fantastic product. The 5 yards is going to give you enough battleizer that you could probably make 2.5, maybe 3 if you crank and bat this design. Linda's also used those hoop scissors minis quite a bit today in those tight, hard to reach spots. It's got that nice offset handle, which makes it really nice when you're trimming in the hoop. The other thing that we're going to show you tomorrow is our trimmer by George 3.0. And that's what we're going to use to remove the extra bulk from the seams. You're going to be amazed. It's a game-changing tool. Those things on the top are all included. They're all included in the Create Your Own bundle, which means you would get 10% off and it would pop the bonus into your cart. So that's fantastic. And let's see what else. The bottom half of this particular screen, these are all things that we carry and we recommend, and they're fantastic. They're not our products and they're not included in the 10% off, but we do recommend them. So we like to point them out because if you're placing an order today, I would hate for you to show up tomorrow and go, oh man, if I would have known, I could have got that then. So anyways, if you're placing an order, if you're shopping through that link, these are some different products that we recommend. And then we also do have some downloadable designs, additional designs in there. So if you're international and you're like, I don't really want to ship something, you could go the download route. Just know that. And we do this time around have 2 local quilt shops in Ontario that have the design. So just get a hold of them as well. Okay.
Okay, Aubrey, show me real quick.
All right.
This is a quick little thread change. We're going to change to the shoelace or whatever that's holding the ice skates over the sled. So I'm putting white thread on, and it's going to stitch a little bit of a white satin stitch, and then we'll switch it back to the tan. We have to do it in that order because it's layered over the fabric, so we have to do that. So it's just going to stitch a little line of stitching right here. Okay, you can take it back, girl.
All right. I saw a question that I now lost.
I start.
Oh, you started. Okay. You want to answer any questions real quick?
Sure. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, just talk loud.
Okay. So Joyce says, doesn't the extra fabric add bulk to the seams? I think you talked about this. Tomorrow we're going to talk about trimming the blocks up with the trimmer by George. So we're going to completely remove the bulk from the seam. The 2 layers of fabric or even 3 in the seam is not a problem at all. It's the battleizer, but we're going to show you how to get rid of that. And then Darlene wants to know how many snowflake designs come with the bonus. There's actually 5 different ones.
That's with the bonus, Linda?
The bonus. Oh, the bonus is the mug thing. That's one.
One. Yep. Okay.
But if you know what you're doing, you could switch it out. If you have some software, you could.
I was wondering that, but I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Well, you have to know how to use your sewing machine software, but you could do it. And then Rhonda wants to know if it's okay to use faux leather for her ice skates. I think you could. I mean, you could try it and see. It is satin stitched around there, so you want to be sure it's not too much stitching on top of that faux leather. I've actually not worked with it, so so there. All right, now I'm going to change again real quick back to the tan thread, and it's going to finish. We're almost done. Just 2 more colors. It's going to finish the satin stitching up here.
Oh my gosh, I just read a comment from Candace that says she is prepping for a bomb cyclone weather in Western Washington.
What is that? That does not sound good.
Sounds very snowy. Well, stay safe, girl.
All right, so this is just going to do satin stitching now at the very top of that wood color at both ends of it. So that'll take a minute.
Okay, and I also just saw a comment from Mary Ellen, and she said that Super Stitch did it. So it can be done. There you go. All right. So while she's doing the rest of that satin stitch, I'm going to take back over for just a little bit more. We also want to remind you, we kind of talked about this already, but tomorrow is going to be a great day if you're wondering, okay, I get how to make the block now. We've seen how to do that, but how the heck do you get them all together to make a quilt? So we're going to talk all about that tomorrow. We're going to go over trimming, pinning, joining. I think you even are going to talk a little bit about backing.
Yep, I am.
So all that stuff, which I personally think if you're new to this, that is the most intimidating part, but we make it super duper easy. And I highly recommend the Trimmer by George 3.0. So just something to think about there. Diana said she's having trouble with her cart. Diana, I'm going to make sure that you get Nina's contact information and we'll get you all taken care of. Don't worry. And I just wanted to give one last reminder. We're not done yet. Linda's still stitching, but we do have that giveaway. The keyword is at the bottom. So make sure to type the word snow and you will be entered into that. And again, we're not done yet, but when we are done, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Nina directly and she will get you taken care of. And she'll be a huge help if you're having any sort of trouble with your cart. Okay. Okay. I also, Linda, if I have just another second.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to show, for those of you who are new and, we're like, why the heck are you using water soluble thread? I have a really good example. This is like my go-to example. We can never wash this out, okay? Because it works perfect whenever somebody asks. So this is a border block and this is our center block and this is our seam where we've joined them together. And you can see, hopefully on camera, it's popping out pretty well. You can see that white right there. That is water soluble thread. So it didn't line up 100% perfect when we stitched the blocks together, but because this is water soluble thread and it's the placement stitch, right? It's not what we're using to join the blocks together, but it's our initial placement stitch. We could just get this wet and it would go away and it would look just like this. So I hope that helps. I just wanted to show an example because that's a common question that we get. Okay, I see some more questions you're starring over there, Miss Linda.
Yes. Susan Wagner, who I believe I know very well, are the 5 snowflake designs that you get free with registration. Let me put that up there. Included on the USB with the design, or do they need to be downloaded from your site? So Aubrey, I believe when they register, they download it from the website, right?
So when you register, you have to register to get the registration gift. And we actually send you an email that has the link to download it. And when you register, it pops up on your success screen so you can get it right there. So you probably got an email. If you didn't get the email or you can't find the email, just reach out to Nina. We'll make sure that if you're registered, you get your hands on it. But the 5 snowflakes are the free registration gift. If you didn't register, you're not going to get it. So make sure and register when we open those up.
And if you buy it from one of the participating stores, they will have it also.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, I'm on my last color. Yay. So the last color is to continue on with the string that's holding the ice skates up onto the sled. So I'm just putting my white back on, and it'll do another row of satin stitching, and then we're finished.
It's so pretty. Look at it coming together. And now I know not everyone is a fan of snow, but this just makes you want to have a little snow, right?
No.
Oh, that's funny. I'm ready.
So I'd like to talk about this real quick, Aubrey, if I could.
Yeah.
This is on our directions that you get with all of our designs, and it's a little hard for you to see, but it is your supply list and cutting chart. So we do, for the newbies out there, we do tell you exactly what fabric to cut and what size to cut it and what block that it goes into. So it's very easy to do. You can organize all of your blocks with all of your fabrics, get it all cut ahead of time, and then organize it by block and call up that block, stitch it, and you'll have all your fabrics ready to go. On that same paper, it'll tell you what threads that you need and where they're going to go. And it'll also mention how much binding you need and backing and battleizer and all of that good stuff. So I just thought I'd show you that. Okay, I think it's ready. It's done.
So pretty. I really like that red.
Yeah. So that's the very top. Well, it's the second block, the top of the 3 blocks that are in the center, the very top of your sled.
It's adorable. Okay, real quick. I just want to again remind you, and we'll have Nina drop the order link, that this is the very best time to grab it. You're going to save, if you bundled, let's say you bundled the design and the fabric kit, you're going to save $21. That bonus is going to pop in there automatically. So it's a really great time to do it if you are on the fence and thinking about it. And tomorrow, let's also talk about, I know we've said it, but let's say it again. What are we going to go over tomorrow, and why is it so helpful?
Tomorrow, we're going to trim the blocks, and we're going to stitch them together, and then we're going to show you how to put the back on. I do want to bring one more thing up about the blocks. This block that's at the very bottom of the quilt that has a lot of lettering on it, we do tell you in the instructions, which is a little bit different than normal, to put a little piece of cutaway stabilizer under it when you're stitching it, because there's a lot of stitching here and then it has a really pretty outline. And if you don't do the cutaway, you'll have that not great looking. Do you see how it missed? Mm-hmm. So you want to put a little stabilizer under there, and it'll make all the difference. So that's something, if you've done our stuff before, sometimes you just do it. You don't read the directions. Read the directions, because
read the directions. Okay,
yeah, so
awesome.
We're gonna trim. We're gonna pin. We're gonna stitch a seam. We're gonna do a little pressing, and then we'll put the back on. I've got a quilt ready to go without a back, so we'll show you how to do that.
Which I think is fantastic, because like I said, I feel like that's always the thing that people are the most nervous about. So, okay. Now it's giveaway time. So if you have not yet typed the keyword, which is the word snow, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, now is the time to do that. I'm going to pop the giveaway screen up, and we're going to pick a winner of $50 in store credit, which is not too shabby. Anybody else want to play? Anybody else? All right, here we go. Almost there. Kimberly Turner Frederick. I feel like Kimberly is a number 1.5. It's a name I keep seeing. She's been participating and it's fun to see you win. So congratulations, Kimberly. All right, Kimberly, what you're going to want to do is make sure you get a hold of Nina within 5 days. Let her know that you're the $50 store credit winner on the Snow Day Workshop Day 1. And she will put $50 in your account and you can go shopping and get whatever you want. And it doesn't expire. So if you already bought today, you can get it on the next one. So congratulations to you. And I just love it because I just know as soon as I go back to the comments, our fantastic community of quilters is going to be congratulating you. And they are. So that's fantastic too. Okay. So as we're wrapping up here today, just a super quick reminder that Nina is available to help you. I did see some questions in the comments about the free gift and ordering and different things like that. So now's the time to get with Nina. If she doesn't answer, then just leave her a message. She's probably helping other people, but she will definitely get back to you and we'll get you all taken care of. And I think that's it for today, unless you saw something you want to answer.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
All right.
All right.
So we will be back here, same time, same places. Check your email. You'll get a text and an email reminder if you're registered. And we're going to go over the trimming, pinning, joining, and backing tomorrow, which is going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, Linda, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.